Hello everyone and welcome to a book review. There's probably going to be a couple of book reviews in order. Let me grab my notebook. Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing, I have a couple of them to catch up on, and I think I will be doing a couple of different book reviews in order. So like in order, I mean for the next several days, especially where this one is part of a series. And it's a Christmas series, and maybe someone's thinking about reading it, but they might be on the fence about it. So yeah, I definitely, at the very least, want to get this series up because it's their Christmas novellas. So let's go ahead and talk about this one. So I'm talking about, in this particular video, this book talk is Cruel Winter with You. This is a novella, it is, or a short story, written by Ali Hazelwood. This is a spicy Christmas romance, and this is book number 1 out of 5 in the series Under the Mistletoe collection. Each book is written by a different author. Each book has a different setting. They just all take place around Christmas and in the winter. Completely different characters. You can read these in any order. And this one was published in 2024. All of them were published in 2024, but I will be restating that. This particular book is set in Illinois. Not quite sure how to say it. Illinois, I've heard, is the correct way. Could be wrong. Anyway, it's told in first person. There was an audiobook available, and it is an Audible original. It's only available on Audible. So this particular one was narrated by Vivienne LaRue, and it is 2 hours on standard one-time speed. And as I said, this is a spicy Christmas romance, so hence this is an adult book. For this one, each book has 2 alternating POVs, and I'm only going to be talking about Cruel Winter with You in this video. For this one, we have Jamie, who is in school to go into pediatrics. So she's in her residency, trying to become a doctor, specifically in pediatrics. And she is 27, it looks like. I wrote down. So anyway, her name is Jamie. The male POV is Mark, and he is in business. And she is, oh, 2. I thought I had 12 years older. I'm like, that would put him at 15 years old, and that's not good. No, she's 2 years older than Mark, and he is in business. They have known each other since basically the day Mark was born. So there's a lot of reminiscing about, so basically we open up, it's Christmas Eve. She is sent from her dad's house to Mark's house to get a particular pan that was gifted to Mark for him to make this honey ham or something like that. This particular meat dish. And the weather it's starting to snow. As she's talking to him and kind of conversing and stuff, the weather gets heavier and heavier. Well, basically they end up getting snowed in, okay? Because it is so bad. There's no way that she could walk safely back down to the house, which is just like down the block. So she's basically snowed in. So it's an forced proximity, forced isolated setting. Winter storm raging outside on Christmas Eve. This one definitely has a miscommunication trope in it as well. And so they're talking, she's trying to get this pan. There's some tension, sexual tension between the two. And with many romances, all the romances I've personally ever read, the miscommunication gets figured out and solved. So there's flashbacks to her holding Mark for the first time. So Mark has an older sister, and Jamie is their best friends. So they have known each other through everything. They used to tease each other, like Mark and Jamie would tease, and then obviously as things evolve in high school, things get a little bit more complicated to the point of being ignored, and you're trying to read into things. So there's a lot of reminiscing and flashbacks of things that have happened in the past. So they're snowed in, things get resolved, and then the sex happens. And then you're at the end of the book. That is the story, okay? This particular book that I read was 68 pages. So as far as your representation You have someone who has this internal fear and they are so afraid to admit it, like fear of failure, fear of abandonment, and they're so afraid to talk about it. And their fear of failure holds them back, and they're very afraid to talk about it, thinking of it, it's just in their head, but is it real? And so there's a lot of kind of beating yourself up mentally. You also have someone in here who is a vegetarian, and that is mentioned. So that's your representation. As far as your content and your trigger warnings, you have sexually explicit language, you have one sexually explicit scene, and you have references to a mother abandoning her family when someone was just a baby. Okay? So, parental abandonment. That's your content and your trigger warnings. Now, in case you are still on the fence, you're thinking, okay, sounds a little good. Sounds interesting. But what are the words? So let me tell you what the words are and how often they come up. Again, the edition that I read was 68 pages. This way you will know if the book is for you or if you need to give it a pass. So we have the following words. Dick, 1 time. Hell, 6. The name Jesus, twice, not in religious context. Bullshit, twice. Damn, 3. Fuck, 27. The word God, 5 times, not in religious context. Shit, 10. Bitch, twice. Virgin, once. Asshole, twice. Scrotum, once. Damn it, once. Screwed, once. Laid, once. Nipple, once. Breast, once. Clit, once. Come, C-O-M-E, twice. Inside, once. Wet, once. Hard, once. Thrust, twice. And grind, once. So that is the word usage. As far as the Christmas, it would be just the setting. There wasn't anything in my mind other than reference of being with family, getting snowed in, you knowing that it takes place on Christmas Eve, and then there's a big snowstorm. That's really it. There's not a lot of reference to anything specifically Christmas, which I did find that with the other books as well. It just happens to be set during the holidays. So yeah, that is it. Let me know. Have you read Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood? And did you like it? Did you read more in this series? I have seen, so like Cruel Winter has the highest rating, and then the ratings start to dip, and then the last book has a spike with a high rating. But that's all subjective. Just because something has a low rating on Goodreads does not mean that you personally won't enjoy it. You very well could enjoy it. I found these just very fun and a very quick read. Were others better than others? Yes. But it also depends on the tropes that you like, tropes you don't like, language, word usage, a bunch of other stuff. So it's all subjective. So don't be afraid if something has a low rating. Don't be afraid of it unless you tend to usually agree with the lower ratings. Then take that with a grain of salt too. So, but anyway, so just keep that in mind. All subjective. But yeah, so this is this book. Again, let me know, have you read this? Again, written by Ali Hazelwood. I know this author has other books out there, so let me know if you've read other works by Ali Hazelwood. And is this author's writing for you? Definitely let me know. Talk to me in the comment section below. And until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I will talk to you later.